My parents banned me from any water deeper than a bathtub after my uncle drowned. They don't know I've been 40 feet underwater. My parents removed me from swim team the day after Uncle Ben's funeral. I was 14, had just qualified for state championships, and they decided water was the enemy. No pools, no lakes, no ocean, Mom said, packing away my medals, bathtubs only. Ben was an expert swimmer too, and look what happened. That was 8 years ago. I'm now a certified rescue diver with over 300 logged dives, and they think I'm afraid of water. Uncle Ben drowned saving a tourist in Hawaii. Riptide pulled them both out. He got her to safety but couldn't make it back. Hero's death, the news called it. Mom called it preventable. Dad called it proof that water doesn't care how well you swim. They pulled me from everything aquatic overnight, moved us from coastal California to landlocked Arizona, and monitored my life like NSA agents. The lie started small. College in San Diego was for the engineering program, not the proximity to ocean. My roommate Sarah was a study partner, not my dive buddy. The weekend trips were camping, technically true since we camped between dives. My parents tracked my phone, so I'd leave it at the beach cafe while I descended 40, 50, sometimes 60 feet below the surface they thought I feared. My first dive was an accident. Sarah needed a buddy for her certification, begged me to just try the pool session. The second I went under, everything made sense again. The water didn't feel dangerous, it felt like home. The instructor said I was a natural muscle memory from years of competitive swimming intact despite the forced break. I got certified in secret, using my middle name on all paperwork. Open water certification, then advanced, then rescue diver. Every weekend, studying at the library was actually diving kelp forests, exploring wrecks, swimming with seals. I discovered I had a gift for underwater photography, selling prints under a pseudonym to fund equipment. The guilt ate at me during family dinners when Mom would say how proud she was that I'd accepted the dangers of water. Dad would toast to keeping safe, staying dry. They'd mention Ben, how he'd want me alive, not drowning for strangers. Meanwhile, I'd rescued 2 swimmers that summer, using skills they'd forbidden me to learn. Last month changed everything. A 12-year-old got pulled out by the same type of riptide that killed Ben. I was on the beach, heard screaming, saw lifeguards too far away. My parents' voices echoed, stay away from water, but Ben's voice was louder. Help when you can. I dove in. Muscle memory and training kicked in. Swam parallel to shore, reached the kid, got him floating, talked him through not panicking. The riptide was strong, but manageable if you knew what to do. We made it back. The kid's parents sobbed, called me a hero. The local news picked it up. Mystery woman saves child from deadly riptide. Someone recognized me from high school, tagged my parents on Facebook. Isn't this your daughter? Thought she was afraid of water? The confrontation was nuclear. They showed up at my apartment, found my dive gear, my certifications, photos of me 40 feet underwater with sharks. Mom cried like I'd betrayed her. Dad accused me of spitting on Ben's memory. Ben died saving someone, I said. You think he'd want me afraid of water or trained to help? He'd want you alive. I am alive. For 8 years, you've had me living half a life, terrified I'd die like him. But I've been in the water hundreds of times. I'm not just safe, I'm capable of saving others. Mom pulled up statistics about diving deaths. I pulled up my rescue logs. 3 swimmers saved because I knew how to handle currents. Skills Ben would have taught me if he'd lived. Skills they'd stolen from me out of fear. Every time you went under, you could have died, Dad said. Every time I drive, I could die. Every time anyone does anything, they could die. Ben knew that. He went in anyway because someone needed help. They wanted me to promise to stop diving. I refused. They threatened to cut me off financially. I showed them my bank account, funded by underwater photography they never knew I did. They said I was selfish, reckless, just like Ben. Good, I said. Ben was the best person I knew. We don't talk much now. They send worried texts every time there's a drowning anywhere in California. I send them photos from my dives, hoping they'll see beauty instead of danger. Last week, I sent one from 40 feet down, sunlight streaming through kelp, peaceful and perfect. Mom replied, Ben would have loved that photo. It's the first time she's acknowledged that Ben loved the water as much as it scared her. Maybe that's progress. Maybe one day they'll understand that banning me from water didn't keep me safe. It just taught me to lie about the thing I love most.